Angel and Camilla are very interesting pieces, and when you're talking about, you know, getting the right players in here, there is intrigue when you have young core pieces like that, because you could be part of developing them and developing towards a title contending season. But the reality is the Sky are still very far from that.
Angel Reese's Superteam vision just crumbled, and Caitlin Clark is taking over the WNBA spotlight. Fans are stunned as Reese's bold plans to build a championship-caliber squad in Chicago completely fall apart, while Caitlin Clark is rising as the league's biggest star. So, what went wrong for Reese? Why are top players rejecting Chicago? And how did Clark become the real face of women's basketball? In today's video, we're breaking down how Angel Reese's recruiting dreams crashed and why Caitlin Clark is stealing the spotlight. Stay tuned as we dive into the WNBA's biggest storyline of the season. If you're passionate about WNBA drama and player stories, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update from WNBA Buzz. Angel Reese burst onto the scene with big talk and even bigger promises. After joining the Chicago Sky, she made it loud and clear that she was building a super team, a powerhouse squad that would dominate the WNBA. Fans were hyped and expectations skyrocketed. Reese's confidence was off the charts, and she didn't hold back when it came to recruiting. She made bold claims about convincing top-tier talent to join her mission in Chicago. But reality hit, and it hit hard. As free agency unfolded, the vision of a super team quickly crumbled. One by one, the WNBA's top free agents looked at Chicago, shrugged, and moved on. Kelsey Plum? Gone to the LA Sparks. Juel Lloyd? Decided to chase championships with the Las Vegas Aces instead of coming home to Chicago. Brittany Griner? Off to Atlanta to team up with stars like Ryan Howard and Ari McDonald.
You don't get told no. Like, you're going to get the yeses. You're going to get more yeses than nos, and just being able to know that. So I'm excited for that. I know that's going to come soon.
Despite Reese's relentless recruiting efforts, firing off texts, making calls, and hyping up the dream, players just weren't buying in. It became clear that Angel's words didn't hold the power to sway the league's elite. In fact, some reports suggest that Reese's leadership style and reputation might have even pushed players away. And it's not just the failed recruiting attempts, it's the why behind them. The Chicago Sky's front office has been plagued with instability, questionable decisions, and a lack of direction. Let's not forget, they didn't even extend a qualifying offer to their leading scorer, Kennedy Carter. Talk about mixed signals. Plus, the team's outdated practice facilities are another massive red flag for potential signings. While other WNBA teams are upgrading to state-of-the-art training centers, the Sky are still stuck with subpar conditions.
The whole city is obsessed with you.
I know. I love it
all
here.
the time.
I feel like Baltimore here. I love it here.
Kind of. A little bit, little DMV action.
Yeah.
But you know, Chicago's the #3 market in the country.
Really?
It's New York, LA, and then Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago, y'all have everything. I'm not gonna lie, y'all have everything here. Like, it's nothing here that I'm like, oh, I gotta go to a different city for it. Like, everything is here.
All these factors combined make it painfully obvious why Reese's super team dream turned into a nightmare. Players didn't just say no to Angel. They actively avoided the chaos and uncertainty brewing in Chicago. So, what's next for Reese and the Sky? Is it possible to salvage the situation? Or has the damage been done? One thing's for sure. This free agency disaster just left Angel Reese with way more questions than answers.
Like Angel Reese and Camila Cardoso too have brought relevance to this team that they've desperately needed in a time when, again, if not for them, they'd be completely irrelevant because of the product that they're putting on the floor.
And also make Chicago an attractive spot when you have Angel Reese and Camila Cardoso right there, two bigs that really shined in their rookie season.
While Angel Reese's super team dream was crashing and burning, one player was quietly, and then not so quietly, taking over the WNBA spotlight, Caitlin Clark. Unlike Reese's flashy recruiting tactics and bold promises, Clark let her game do the talking. And wow, did it speak volumes. Caitlin Clark is an absolute force of nature. She's been lighting up the court with her insane scoring ability, jaw-dropping range, and pure basketball IQ that leaves defenders dazed and confused. Fans can't get enough of her electric style of play, and it's showing up in the numbers. TV ratings for Clark's games are through the roof, and arenas are packed to the brim whenever she's on the court. Meanwhile, Chicago Sky games, headlined by Angel Reese, are struggling to even fill seats.
So, lads, this is not great news, for the Chicago Sky, who are a team that obviously, look, they're rebuilding. This is a team that is 100% rebuilding. The problem is they don't own their pick. So if the Chicago Sky run it back, they're probably not making the playoffs next year. Look, I think there's going to be an improvement from Angel Reese. I think it's going to be an improvement from Cardoso. But that team with no Kennedy Carter, it's going to be real tough to get any offensive power.
Why is Caitlin Clark stealing the spotlight from Reese? It's simple. Clark is everything Reese isn't right now. She's humble, dedicated, and laser-focused on winning, not just talking. While Reese has been hyping herself as the next big thing, Clark has been putting in the work and delivering results. Her killer instinct and fearless attitude on the court have made her the undeniable face of women's basketball. Even in the off-court world, the contrast couldn't be clearer. Reese's social media presence is filled with self-promotion and bold claims. But Caitlin Clark's posts are more about the game, the grind, and uplifting her teammates. Fans are connecting with Clark's authenticity and work ethic in a way that Reese just hasn't managed to achieve.
So, not a good day for the Chicago Sky. Not a good day at all, because we have heard news from the journalist who reports on the WNBA, and because she is not a homer like a lot of the other people, like normally journalists are complete homers for one team. One of the actual credible journalists reported on something. Sky fans aren't happy. They all want her fired.
And let's not forget, Clark's popularity is turning into raw power. Sponsors are flocking to her, endorsements are rolling in, and she's becoming a household name, not just in women's basketball, but in sports as a whole. Whether it's her incredible shooting range or her ability to dominate on both ends of the floor, Clark is proving that real stars don't just talk about greatness, they show it. The bottom line: while Angel Reese's Superteam vision crumbled under the weight of expectations and failed recruiting, Caitlin Clark has risen to claim the spotlight as the league's true superstar. One has hype, the other has substance. And right now, the WNBA is rallying around Caitlin Clark.
Kennedy had an incredible season for us last year, says the GM. She's extremely talented and is a player that can impact the game at the highest level in our league. We absolutely appreciate all she did for our team last year. However, we've made changes.
Angel Reese may be playing in the league, but who wants to see a goofy 6'6" woman miss layups? Not I.
Yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
This entire situation isn't just about Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. It's a massive reality check for the WNBA as a whole. Chicago's failed Superteam experiment is exposing deeper issues within the organization and highlighting what truly makes a franchise successful. First and foremost, the Chicago Sky's chaotic front office is sending the wrong message to both current and potential players. Stability and leadership are crucial in attracting top talent, and right now, Chicago lacks both. Letting go of Kennedy Carter, their leading scorer, without even making an effort to keep her, was a brutal blow. It sent a clear signal to free agents that Chicago doesn't value its star players. Add to that the outdated practice facilities, and it's no wonder big names didn't bother giving the Sky a second glance.
Is Angel Reese, did she just run a coach out of town, and is she running a player out of town? Their best shooter out of town? Because Kennedy Carter looks like she's ready to book it out of Chicago.
Yes, it is unrivaled. It is also unwatched. Look, let's be honest. We can sugarcoat it all you want, but if you don't have Caitlin Clark playing women's basketball, or if you're not the NCAA tournament playing women's basketball, you got nothing. Zero, zip, nothing.
On the flip side, teams like the Las Vegas Aces, LA Sparks, and Atlanta Dream are making all the right moves. They're not just selling dreams, they're building dynasties. The Aces, in particular, managed to snag Juel Lloyd in a blockbuster 3-team trade, while the Sparks added Kelsey Plum to their roster. The Atlanta Dream secured Brittany Griner, forming a dangerous trio with Ryan Howard and Arie McDonald. These teams didn't just win over free agents, they created an environment that screams championship potential. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark's emergence as the WNBA's brightest star is a breath of fresh air. Unlike Reese, Clark isn't caught up in the hype. She's laser-focused on becoming the best and letting her performance speak for itself. This stark contrast is shaping the narrative around both players. Fans and analysts alike are starting to wonder if Reese's leadership style is more of a liability than an asset.
The Seattle Storm are sending Juel Lloyd to the Las Vegas Aces in a blockbuster three-team trade that moves Kelsey Plum to the LA Sparks. That's according to ESPN. As part of the deal, Seattle receives the second pick in this year's WNBA draft from LA in exchange for the Storm's number 9 pick, while the Aces also receive the 13th pick, a second-round selection from the Sparks.
Well, now, jealous WNBA players will have the opportunity to earn that credit. Now, players like Angel Reese, they will be given the chance to test their star power.
The truth is, the WNBA is entering a new era, one that demands more than just bold declarations and flashy recruiting pitches. It requires dedication, consistency, and a culture that fosters growth and success. Angel Reese may still have the potential to become a franchise player, but she'll need to do more than just talk about greatness. She'll have to prove it on the court and in the locker room. For Chicago, the message is crystal clear. The time for empty promises is over. If they want to rise from the ashes of this free agency disaster, they'll need to make sweeping changes, starting with their leadership and commitment to building a stable, winning culture. As for Caitlin Clark, her rapid ascent as the WNBA's true superstar is sending shockwaves through the league. She's proving that charisma, talent, and unwavering focus are the real keys to success. While Angel Reese grapples with the fallout of her failed vision, Clark is busy writing her legacy, one three-pointer at a time.
The Indiana Fever are that golden destination, and I can't help but laugh to the fans and the people online and the media commentators, unfortunately, who said that nobody wanted to play in Indiana. That doesn't make any sense.
Throughout the year, WNBA players were demanding to be given credit for elevating the league. Angel Reese claimed that she was along with their pretend friends in the mainstream media. They wanted us to believe that the WNBA was exploding in popularity. They wanted to keep all the credit for themselves while downplaying the impact of the only star in the league, Caitlin Clark.
Wow, what a wild ride this WNBA offseason has been. Angel Reese's Superteam vision has completely crumbled, leaving Chicago in chaos, while Caitlin Clark has firmly taken the spotlight as the league's rising superstar. The contrast between the two couldn't be clearer. One's dream fell apart, while the other's hard work and relentless drive are taking the WNBA by storm. So, what do you think? Can Angel Reese bounce back and prove herself as a franchise player? Or is Caitlin Clark already solidifying her place as the new face of women's basketball? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.
Every woman should be able to step in and be able to go into a locker room and be able to have a safe space, or go into a gym at 3 o'clock in the morning when they want to do that. So I want to be able to just invest. So it's just been great being able to see my impact on and off the court, and not just in sports, but just being able to be a cultural impact as well has just been great.
And I can't help but wonder, is that what happened here? Is Angel Reese and the way she wants to play, and I don't know if you've ever noticed her social media posts, but she's very me, always. Me. Well, you may have a player that has decided that she's had enough of that.
Every woman should be able to step in and be able to go into a locker room and be able to have a safe space, or go into a gym at 3 o'clock in the morning when they want to do that. So I want to be able to just invest.
Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to WNBA Buzz, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on the latest updates, player breakdowns, and WNBA drama. Your support helps us keep bringing you the hottest stories in women's basketball. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.